Today we are going to study about respiration in organisms, which is from CBSE 7th Class Science Chapter 10. All organisms are made up of cells. Cells perform nutrition, transport, excretion and reproduction. For all of this, the cells need energy. Energy comes from the air we breathe and the food we eat. Food has stored energy. Stored energy is released during respiration. Respiration includes breathing in and breathing out. Breathe out is rich in carbon dioxide. Breathe in is rich in oxygen. Oxygen helps in breakdown of food. Breakdown of food is to release energy at cellular level. This process is called cellular respiration. Breakdown of food to release energy at cellular level is called cellular respiration. Cellular respiration occurs in cells of all organisms. Breakdown of food uses oxygen and without use of oxygen. Use of oxygen is called aerobic respiration. Breakdown of food without the use of oxygen is called anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration can be represented by an equation. Glucose reacts with oxygen and produces carbon dioxide, water and energy. Now we'll come to anaerobic respiration. Anaerobic respiration organisms are called as anaerobes. Anaerobic respiration is seen in yeast and muscle cells under some specific conditions. First, we'll look at yeast. Yeast can be represented as an equation. Glucose breaks down into alcohol, carbon dioxide and energy. Now we'll come to muscle cells. Under normal conditions, muscle cells get energy from aerobic respiration, but under heavy exercise, fast running, cycling, heavy weight lifting, under these conditions, muscle cells get energy by anaerobic respiration, which can be represented by an equation. Glucose breaks down into lactic acid and energy. When you look at the products produced by anaerobic respiration by yeast and muscle cells. In yeast, glucose breaks down into alcohol, carbon dioxide and energy. But in muscle cells, glucose breaks down into lactic acid and energy. After doing heavy exercises, fast running, cycling, heavy weight lifting, it results to muscle cramps. Muscle cramps occur due to accumulation of lactic acid. When you have muscle cramps, to get relief from them, you need to take a hot water bath or a massage. Due to this, it improves the circulation of the blood and supplies more oxygen. In result, complete breakdown of lactic acid into carbon dioxide and water. As the lactic acid is completely broken down, we get relief from these muscle cramps. Breathing includes inhalation and exhalation. Inhalation is taking in air, and exhalation is giving out air. One inhalation and one exhalation is equal to one breath. Number of breathing per minute is called as the breathing rate. Breathing rate changes with nature of work. A normal resting adult will have 15 to 18 breathing rate per minute. Works like heavy exercise require more energy. More energy means more breathing rate. Like sitting needs less breathing rate, like normal breathing rate. But walking needs more than the normal breathing rate, and running needs more more oxygen than walking, which means it needs more breathing rate. For heavy exercises, we require more energy, more breathing rate. Breathing rate increases up to 25 times per minute with deep breathing and fast breathing. Deep and fast breathing inhale more oxygen, so more food breakdowns and more energy releases to support the high energy demands. More breathing rate provides more oxygen, hence more food breakdown and more energy. So after the food is broken down, we so feel hungry. More food breaks down, so we feel more hungry after a physical activity. Mechanism of breathing. When you look at the path of the inhaled air, it goes through the nostrils, through the nasal cavity and windpipe, and finally reaches to the lungs. Lungs are the important organs of the respiratory system. Lungs are damaged by smoking. Smoking may lead to cancer. Lungs are located in the chest cavity. Chest cavity is surrounded by rib cage. Chest cavity floor is occupied by a muscle called diaphragm. Rib cage and diaphragm play an important role in the breathing. Now let us look at the mechanism of inhalation and exhalation. First we will look at inhalation. Inhalation involves ribs moves up and diaphragm moves down. This causes increased space in chest cavity. Then the air enters into the lungs. Now we look into exhalation. Exhalation involves ribs move down, diaphragm moves up. This causes decreased space in chest cavity. Then air pushed out of the lungs. So this is called breathing out air. Breathing out air contains carbon dioxide and moisture. Carbon dioxide is confirmed by lime water experiment. Presence of moisture is confirmed by blowing on a mirror, which appears a film of moisture. These two experiments confirms the presence of carbon dioxide and moisture in the breathed out air. Now we look at the percentage of gases present in inhaled air. 21% oxygen is present in inhaled air and 0.04% of carbon dioxide in inhaled air. Now we look at the gases present in the exhaled air. Oxygen is 16.4% and 4.4% is carbon dioxide in exhaled air. Now let us look at the breathing in other organisms. Other organisms like land organisms, water organisms and plants. First we'll look at land organisms. Now we'll look at lions, cows, goats, frogs, lizards, snakes and birds. Organisms, lungs are present in the chest cavity, similar to us, the humans. Now we'll go to cockroach. Cockroach is with small openings on the side, which are called spiracles. Spiracles are only in insects. Spiracles opens internally into network of air tubes called trachea for gas exchange. Now we'll see breathing in. Oxygen goes into spiracles and then the oxygen from the spiracles goes to trachea and then from trachea enters to the cells by a process called diffusion. Now we'll go to exhalation. During the cellular respiration, the carbon dioxide is produced inside the cell and this goes to trachea by a process called diffusion. From trachea, it goes to the spiracles and it goes out of the cockroach's body. Now we will come to the breathing in earthworm. Earthworm breathes through its skin. Its skin is moist and slimy. Oxygen present in the air dissolves into the moist and slimy skin of the earthworm. This dissolved oxygen enters into the blood vessels of the earthworm by a process called diffusion. Now we will come to frog. Frog breathes through a pair of lungs and can also breathe through its skin. Now we'll go to water organisms. Water organisms, we can see, for example, a fish. Fish uses gills. Gills are projections of the skin. It is supplied with blood vessels. Blood vessels take the dissolved oxygen from water by a process called diffusion. Now we will come to plants. Each part breathes independently. In leaves, first we'll see in leaves. Leaves exchange gases through small pores present in the leaf called stomata. Roots take up the air from air spaces present between soil particles. In this way, respiration is observed in various organisms.